Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial for this eye look. It is a very easy cut crease. There is no concealer involved, just your regular eyeshadows. It is super quick, super easy. So if you guys want to see how I did it, keep on watching. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and become a member of my YouTube family. And if you enjoy this video, please, please, please give it a big thumbs up. So let's jump right on in and get started. Okay, so let's get started with this really easy cut crease. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to go in with this palette right here. You guys, if you don't have this, I highly, highly, highly recommend getting it. Because you can do like a super, that didn't even begin to sound right. You can do a whole lot with this one palette. And my voice is cracking. I don't know why. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this shade right here, Jamie. It is my favorite transition shade. I'm just going to pop it right there. And you guys, I hope that the lighting works. It's incredibly gloomy here in Ohio. Okay, and when you do your transition shade, you want to keep it right above your crease. You want to keep this whole area completely naked. Because we are not going to use concealer. Because this is supposed to be super quick, super easy, and concealer can, like using that can sometimes take extra long. So you just want to focus that transition shade not on the lid. Okay, now that you have that blended out nicely, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It is in the shade Renee. It's kind of a mauve-y color, but more on the brown side than the mauve. Okay, so let me try this again. Okay, so here's the color that I've got right there. So I want to keep that part facing up. So there's nothing, and then there's something. You want to keep the part that there's something facing up. And go back in right there. And start out with a light hand, slowly go back and forth. But you can see where I'm only focusing that color right in that line. I don't want to go below that line. Work back and forth and then start slowly blending it out. You do not want to start blending until after you've gotten the majority of that product off of your brush. Okay, so now that we have that done, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Please don't fall. This shade right here, it is in the shade Courtney. It is a kind of a deeper brown, same process. Color, no color. Let me move my mirror so it'll cooperate. It keeps moving. I don't know why. Okay, and then very lightly, right in that same spot, we're just deepening that crease. And then you want to bring it down here a little bit into the outer corner. And just kind of wiggle and flick. Wiggle and flick. And then start blending it out. Okay, the other eye, same process. I have to do it too. Like I have to turn it, so I'm like, where's that? Ugh. Okay, so now that we have that part done, it is time for the fun part. It is time for the cut crease part, the fake cut crease. Well, it's still a cut crease, but you know. So I have a flat eyeshadow brush right there, and I have this little Ulta matte setting spray, and I'm just going to spray this guy real quick. Almost out of that one. Make sure your mouth's shut because you do not want to eat this stuff. It does not taste fantastic. Okay, so with the sprit part, with the wet part, okay, wow. With the wet part, I'm going to go in with this, what is this? Rimmel London Magnify Shadow, and this is the O2 palette. There's more than one, I know. Okay, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It is a kind of a pinky, shimmery pink color. Just going to get a good amount on there. That's what we're looking at. Now, this is where it gets fun. You don't have to be totally precise with this. I mean, it's better if you can be, but if it's not a big deal if you kind of mess up. So that whole naked spot that we left naked on purpose, that's going to be this shade. So you just want to kind of start in the middle and start tapping. And slowly work your way into the inner corner. And work it up. And kind of let your brush kind of carve out that line. Because this is where your cut crease comes in. And the further that you get out here, you kind of want to just like press and flick. Like that. Then for the other side, pick up some more, do the same thing. And if your brush gets dry, you can re-squirt it. Okay, so now that you have that all done, you want to go back in with this guy right here and pick up a little bit more of that shade Courtney. Tap it off. And now this is where you want to be very careful. Because if you get that color down onto the shimmer that we just put on there, it's going to mudded it up. And yes, that's a technical term, mudded it up. Okay, so you just want to, what you want to do first is you want to go on that outer corner and kind of tap it in. Just right there. And that's, we're just kind of marrying those two shades together just so it looks a little bit more seamless. And then you want to slowly bring that shade up into the crease again. And then after you have most of that product off, you can kind of wiggle it around and blend more. And if you guys want a tutorial on an actual cut crease, I will leave the link right there so you can go and check it out. Those really aren't difficult to do. This is a little bit more less time consuming, especially after you get the hang of it. I'm just going to go in and do the other eye. Excuse me. So the same thing, the outer corner. I'm going to wiggle it in there. Okay, so after that's all done, I'm going to go back in with the same brush. I'm going to pick up more of that shade Renee that we used earlier. And I'm going to put it on the lower lash line. And I'm going to poke myself in the eye too. Because we all love when we do that. Okay, other side. Okay, let me go and pop on some eyeliner and mascara, and then I will be right back so we can finish this look up. So, now that I have all that goodness on, we can finish this up. And this step is totally optional. Well, all of it's really optional. I mean, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. But, I enjoy this part. This is one of my favorite parts to any eye look. It is the highlight for the inner corner and the brow bone. I use the Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy. And I'm just going to pop a generous helping right there. And pop it right into the inner corner of my eyeball. Let me move my mirror. Do you guys ever have mirrors where they move where you don't want them? Seems like I do quite a bit. Okay. So if we have the inner corner done, I'm just going to pop a little bit more on, tap it off. Tap it off. Tap it off. Tap it off. And put it right there in the brow bone. On the brow bone. I hope that's not any indication of how today's going to go. I like being able to talk, and today I'm not being able to do. Okay, so that is it for this one. Let me move that so you guys can see a better, closer look. Okay, so this is what we end up with. So you have your faux cut crease, but there is no concealer involved. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please hit that little subscribe button and become a member of my YouTube family. And I will see you guys next video. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.